Hey, sorry, but we're gonna review Logic. And have you ever done those, seen those reviews? So we're gonna, so what I like about it is, hey, we're gonna review Logic specifically from a podcast angle. There's a few things I wanted it to do that it doesn't yet, but ultimately, there's a handful of really great stuff. Well, frankly, let's get into it, okay? So first of all, let me show you my little notes here on what it does great. Or a handful of things that I had to do to get it ready for doing this stuff. Okay? Couple notes. First of all, it only works with 64-bit plugins are the only ones that work right now. I don't think that it's going to go back to 32, but frankly, it doesn't really matter. There's a few that I use occasionally that don't work anymore because of it. They're all right. I can live without them. But just be aware of that. 64-bit plugins only. Number two, the new UI. It's beautiful. It looks gorgeous. I love the way it looks. I love that the UI, everything's up top. Nothing's split here and down there and all over the place. The only thing that we're using is up there. Okay? That's awesome. Let's see. What else? First things I had to do was get the transport and ruler into time-based instead of bars and beats. And here, it took a little jiggering to do that. You might remember in the previous one, it was just a little thing right here. What you have to do is you have to go File, Project Settings, General. And you'll see this little Use Musical Grid. All right? Got to decheck that. You decheck it. So now I'm in bars or whatever. Decheck that. Decheck it. It's a word. Uncheck that. And now you're back into just time mode, which is what you need, probably. For me, I always do, at least for podcasting. Okay, so that's that first bit. Second of all, verispeed. Do you use verispeed with your podcast editing? Let me show you what it does. Okay, here's my little verispeed button. You probably don't have it on yours yet. I'll show you how to turn it on. What it does is it allows for twice speed.
But about anything I've ever done, right? Yep. And so it reminded me, okay, so a few things come to mind.
First, it's not chipmunky, but I can listen through faster, not just twice speed, any speed that I want. This is helpful for me. I use it all the time to edit. I can tell there's a cuss word there, or there's a this, that, and the other there. So I do a lot of the editing there. I might be moving back to just doing it at one speed, being all like, Zen and Buddhisty, wherever you are, be all there kind of thing. Because you do make a little more thorough notes and all this other stuff. But regardless, I've always used that. Here's what you've got to do to set that up. Okay, here's where that little setting lives. Well, first of all, did you see what I just did there? You click anywhere up here in a blank space, customize control bar and display. This big old thing comes down. This LCD controls what's in the thing, and you've got to go to custom to turn this on and off. And you might notice right over here, see how this grows? Well, because I'll show you, this is controlling what goes in here. Okay, there's our little verispeed setting. But frankly, I've never needed any of all this stuff, bar, beat, and certainly not with podcast recording. So what you have to do, let me go back and tell you, this is what it's going to be on, or beats in time, or whatever it ends up being on, and all of this is grayed out. You can't make a change. So then you go under custom. Now you can make your changes, turn on verispeed, okay, and it'll show up here, and you can go, this is where I want it to be, up or down, go to 50 to make it, I think it's like a 1.5 speed, and then 100% is about twice speed, maybe a little more. Then you go back to here, and you just go, hey, just show me the time again, and verispeed remains checked. Got it? Look at that. That's great. Now, if I want regular speed,
yeah, and not just about this podcast,
that.
But this is
and I want it fast.
This is about anything I've ever done, right? Yep.
Look at that. Isn't that great? So if you didn't know about verispeed, I'm addicted to it in editing. Okay? And then finally, the key commands. I had to change a bunch of key commands. They changed a lot of stuff on me. I've always used a little bit I use Final Cut Pro X a lot, so I wanted to make the things similar. Okay? Namely, the tools thing. Maybe I'm dumb, but they had it so you press T to get your thing come up, and then you have to press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. I'm like, really? 2 clicks to get between pointer and blade? Come on, people. So what I did was I do these. A for pointer, B for blade, F for fade. No, it's not a children's rhyme. I actually also do M for marquee. Okay, so what this allows me to do is I'm an A, I'm selecting, I'm moving things around. Oh, there's an edit. I need to cut that little bit out right there. So I go B, select, cut. Oh, what happened? Oh no, is it going to crash on me? Wait, there it is. Okay, select that, delete, Shift F to select everything to the right of my cursor there, and then bonk. That's the editing all day long with this, okay? A to pointer, I'm moving, I'm looking. Oh yeah, I'm listening, and then, okay, we need to cut out this bit right here. Select those, delete, do that, bam. Or actually, just so you see it, because this changed my whole game. Shift F for, hey, I'm back here, and I'm doing these things, and then make that edit. Shift F selects everything to the right of that. Pull it right back. Isn't that nice? It's good. What I wish they had, another keyboard command that I do, M, to change that. I wish I could just go like Alt-Delete, and it immediately deletes all that stuff and then pulls that back. Unfortunately, they don't do that here. They don't have a ripple delete. If you know about one way to make it do that, I'd love to hear it. Frankly, that would change my whole game. So to change these keyboard commands, what I'm doing, or what they call key commands, is I go up to the Logic Pro menu, Key Commands, Edit. Okay, I type in the name of the thing, like the pointer tool. It's already set to A, but let's say it was originally set to T. Whoops, didn't really mean to do that. I wanted to put cancel, but it doesn't matter. I'm never going to hit that T thing. So what I'm going to do is you hit Learn Key by Key Label, select the thing you want it to be, and it'll do the thing. If there's already a key that has that command on it, it's going to give you an error. If you're okay with overriding whatever thing it says that it's already using, just override it. So you'll see I've done that for pointer, blade, sorry, not blade, it's scissors. Scissors, change it to B, marquee, change it to M, and fade tool, I've changed it to F. That makes it very fast. Now, two other keyboard shortcuts that I've used have been the zoom in and zoom out, okay, horizontally, okay, like every other application in the world. I wanted it to be command plus and minus. And then vertically is option command plus minus, okay? See that? Look at that. It makes it really nice and easy. And finally, Shift Z. I've got everything in. Or that zooms out to show me everything. Actually, it shows me the current selection right now when I'm selected on something. I deselect, and now it shows me everything. But then I select something again, and it just shows me that. Whoa, is this ever helpful? Here's this little thing. Let's get a closer look at that. Let's do it again, and we're all the way zoomed out. Isn't this great? Okay? Isn't this great? I like it. So Shift Z. So again, those are things that I change in my key commands here. Okay, zoom, toggle zoom to fit selection for all content. Helpful. I had to change that one. I think I might have always, but then again, Final Cut Pro things, they help immensely. And like I said, you don't have to use these at all. Alt-K pulls up your key commands, and you can just search for toggle zoom, all right? And you can see what's already there. Just learn it and start using it because it's helpful. So those are all the key commands I had to change to get this thing to work the way I wanted it to. Oh, and another one, I had to go back to Command 2 to get they had changed it to be just X. X would be going between, this is a controlling thing, I got to learn how that works, and then the audio editor thing. But X would make this come up and come down, and Command 2 would open up a new window with the mixer. I haven't really found how, besides getting rid of that, to leave this up and bring the focus back into the workspace, which was originally Command 1. So like right now, I'm doing keyboard commands that don't work because they're on the mixer. The mixer has focus, and I don't know how to turn that off without making the mixer go away, then make it come back. It's a little bit of an annoying thing. If you know how to fix that, let me know. What's my verdict on this is, frankly, you don't need it for a podcaster. You don't need to make the update. The UI is great and it's awesome. There's going to be some more interesting things, I'm sure, that come out. There's effects and all this other stuff, but I was already using Alloy and Ozone, really great plugins that are far superior to me than the built-in stuff. The UI is excellent. I love I'm frankly just really proud of the team that put it together. So I wanted to get it. It's beautiful. You know this is where things are going to go. So just get it and do the thing if you can do it. However, if you're like, do I really need it? You don't. You really don't. That said, it is much nicer to work in if I can find a few more of these little keyboard shortcuts I was so used to, like Command 1. All right. This has been Chase Reeves from Ice to the Brim and thefizzleshow.com or fizzleshow.co, fizzleshow.com, not the Fizzle Show. Maybe I should figure that. Icetothebrim.com. Anyways, you figured it out. This is how I edit stuff for fizzleshow.com right now. Yeah, it's helpful.